You still have papers. Some of you, yeah, exactly. So you still have finals week and commencement is next week, and we're looking forward to seeing you. And parents and friends, I want to guarantee you, next week is not going to look anything like this. So soak this in. This is really good, and you're going to enjoy next week, but it's not going to be like this. And this is the celebration, the real celebration in our traditions and in our culture, and it is worth being here, so I'm so glad you took the time. It is truly an honor to be here. Good place to clap. To celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating class of African American students according to the Africana cultural traditions and practices. I would like to recognize Dr. Rudy Vanderpool, the chairperson of Africana Studies Department, his team and the Department of Africana Studies and the Douglass-Bethune Planning Committee for their critical role in planning this event this morning. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you also to the Black Faculty and Staff Association, the Organization of Africana Studies, and the Multicultural Affairs Office for their support and collaboration for making today's celebration possible. And welcome to our distinguished speaker, Miss Elaine Brown. Can we give her a round of applause? And this is not on the script, but for years you've been my friend in my head. Your work and your sacrifice and the shoulders that we stand on, we owe you a debt of gratitude, my sister, and I'm so glad that I got chill bumps saying that, so let me get out. That wasn't on the script, that's why I got chill bumps. So I cannot wait to hear your words and to just be in your presence in this space for all that you've done for us. So y'all in for a treat. No pressure, but they're in for a treat. That wasn't on the script, I don't know where I'm at. I would like to also acknowledge family and friends of our graduates. Your encouragement and support has helped our students achieve their academic goals and reach this milestone. You played a critical role in making it possible, family and friends. I know you are proud, and some of you are very, very, very relieved. Spiritually, culturally, financially, and the room said amen. I would like to also have the students stand and give your family, friends, grandma, grandpa, auntie, a round of applause. Go ahead, graduates. All right, y'all see you later. Come on back. They love y'all. The Department of Africana Studies goes by the axiom that is profound, it's truthful, and it's in alignment with the university mission. For over more than 40 years, the Department of Africana Studies have described this prestigious department as simply a place where scholars, thinkers, and leaders are nurtured. And there's no close second in the system. Our student body is 14.3% African American and is the largest percentage in the CSU. The CSU's average is about 4.3. And I'm not trying to bring the room down, but sadly, even our access numbers have dropped over the last 7 to 10 years. There was a time when Dominguez Hills was upwards of 30 to 40% African Americans, and now we're at 14%, and that number is dropping. We have a lot of work to do. And one of the things that you don't want to do is to have just the people in the suits trying to work on moving that number north. We need your help. Graduates, we need your help, and we've got a lot of work to do. A point of fact, the declines on our campus are happening across the nation, especially among African American males. If you disaggregate that number by gender, it gets even more pervasive. So today, while it's important to celebrate our diversity and the accomplishments of our graduates, it's equally important to recognize we need to bring those numbers way north. We have some partnerships that we're about to form with Compton Community College, Crenshaw High School, the Carson clergy, the African American clergy in Los Angeles. We think we have a plan for beginning to move this thing north, but we're going to need your help. I greatly appreciate your support and to continue to help us to work on moving those numbers to the directions that we know they need to go. And that goes for every graduate in this room. Each of you have done great things for this university, and when you became or become an alumni next week, I encourage you to remain engaged with your alma mater and use your newly conferred degree to continue helping us serve young people of our community, of this state, of this nation, and of this planet. For you represent more than a degree achieved, but a dream realized. A dream that Frederick Douglass, Mary McLeod-Bethune, and other great Americans decided to dedicate their lives to seeing young people achieve. A dream that Martin Luther King and others, like the distinguished Elaine Brown, ultimately gave a lot of sacrifice for simply demanding that you have the opportunities to participate in this experiment called America. And while I brought you all down with the talk of declining enrollments, let me bring you back up by saying that CSU Dominguez Hills, we graduate more African American students than any other university in California. Over the past 5 years alone, close to 3,000 degrees have been conferred on African American students at CSU Dominguez Hills. We have some of the highest retention rates in the system among African American students, and most notably among African American males. That is something to be proud of, something to celebrate, but also something that we need to make sure that we continue to move those needles in the right direction. And while each of those degrees represent different inspirational stories, challenges, and it chronicles a myriad of obstacles and successes, they are all representative of what can happen when scholars, thinkers, and leaders are nurtured. President Hagan is about to close. These are his words. I know I'm taking long. The class of 2017 is no different, and I congratulate each of you on your academic accomplishments and achievements, and for being part of the educational and cultural mix that's so important to the strength and the vitality of our own institution. You not only represent a fine tradition of African American graduates at CSU Dominguez Hills, you represent your family and your community. I am confident that the education you received here at CSU Dominguez Hills and the life lessons you've learned along the way have prepared you to do well. Finally, as you venture out into the world, I encourage you to remain steadfast in your pursuit of intellectual growth and service to your community, and remember that the people here today will always support you, along with everyone else on this campus and in this country who believe in equal rights and opportunities for all. Remember that you will forever be a scholar, you will forever be a thinker, you will forever be a leader. Act like it, because next weekend you will forever be a Toro. Once a Toro, always a Toro. Make us proud.
Here we go. I think Dr. Franklin deserves a hand because he showed up today. Let me tell you why. He showed up today for me. He was going to march in here behind the drum line, sit in that seat, and then march out at the end of it. And then they told him, oh, by the way, you need to give President Hagan's remarks today. So let's give him a hand for filling in so well. And I can say this about the quality of a Dominguez Hills grad. I am also a Dominguez Hills grad. I came about 30 years ago and graduated, went away and became a teacher in LA and Compton. But Dominguez Hills was always in the back of my head. And 22 years ago, I began working at Dominguez Hills, and I haven't left since. And I can tell you some of those stats that Dr. Franklin talked about, that at that time, about a third, 30% of this faculty, or excuse me, of the student body was African American. LA has changed, and LA isn't just African American or as densely populated with African Americans, but our numbers do need to go up because we want to see more graduates going out and telling their story and having an impact on our communities. So yes, thank you so much for those words about bringing up those totals, and thank you for contributing, because this is an incredible institution. There are things that happen around the country at universities, and by the way, I'm off script again. There are things that happen at universities around the country that our students didn't experience over their 4 to 5 to 6 years. Many times there are very hostile environments at universities towards African American students. You see you see these videos on YouTube where fraternities are saying things about there'll never be an N-word in our fraternity. There are lynchings that are hanging around campuses and things like that. Openly hostile. And this isn't just over the last year during this election. This has been going on and on and on. And now universities are having to fire presidents because they're not checking this stuff and putting it in check. We haven't experienced it to that degree. In fact, we've actually responded on the proactive side to make sure that that our organizations are protecting the students here on campus, their rights, and making sure that this is a representative campus that honors the African American experience and your students while they were here. And many of these students are a part of that, and the reason why that came to be. So let's give them a hand for being activists and proactive and saying, this is our university, and we want it to serve us and not to fear for what we have here. Okay, so thank you so much for that, and I'll get back on script now. The next time I'd like the next person I'd like to welcome is an excellent academic student here, Mr. Kendrick Jones. Mr. Kendrick Jones, please come on up.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you guys doing today? Everybody doing good? Good afternoon. All right. So, good afternoon, graduates, faculty, administrators, friends, and family. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to be addressing you today. My name is Kendrick Jones, and I am an Africana Studies major and a Bachelor of Arts candidate for the class of 2017 here at California State University, Douglas Hills. When I was first asked to deliver this speech at the Douglass-Bethune graduation, I was overwhelmed with thoughts of what it is that I would say to those and inspire those in the audience. What could I say that would lift the heights of one's aspirations and encourage their goals and dreams into reality? And then it came to me, tell them the truth. So, I'm going to tell you the truth. So, growing up, I was raised in South Los Angeles. Any South Los Angeles people up in here? South also, 75th and Central, there you go.